Once upon a serene morning by a shimmering lake, a fuzzy gosling found herself entangled in a web of fishing line. Panicked and struggling, her desperate cries echoed across the water, drawing the attention of a young man who happened to be strolling by. The young man had been out for his morning run and had observed the family of Canadian geese trotting along the paths in his neighborhood. He noticed that the mother and father geese were concerned, as their little darling remained swimming in the water after all the rest had gotten out of the pond and began walking around on shore. Earlier that day, in the golden light of a blissful morning, the family of geese embarked on a leisurely stroll through vibrant gardens bursting with a kaleidoscope of flowers. The sun bathed the landscape in a warm embrace, casting a radiant glow upon the lush greenery that surrounded them. With each gentle step, the geese reveled in the symphony of sunlight. Together they meandered through pathways, their joyful honks echoing through the tranquil air as they savored the simple beauty of a perfect day spent in each other's company. Feeling the parchedness of their throats after a delightful morning stroll, the family of geese paused by the roadside, their beaks eagerly seeking refreshment from a nearby puddle. Satisfied but still longing for the cool embrace of water, they gazed across the bustling road toward a shimmering pond beckoning from the other side. With determination in their hearts and unity in their stride, they bravely embarked on their journey, waddling in unison as they navigated the traffic with cautious precision. Their synchronized movements and unwavering resolve drew admiration from onlookers. With joyful honks, they plunged into the crystal clear water, their spirits soaring as they embraced the serenity of their aquatic haven, a testament to their courage and resilience in the face of obstacles. As they emerged from the water to dry off, it was apparent there was a problem. One of their sisters hadn't exited the water with the group, and the little goslings wondered where she was. She had been left behind, struggling in the water as she became further entangled in the leftover fishing line from a careless fisherman. Her family looked on, unsure of what to do to help her. They watched and didn't understand why their little baby was trapped so. Upon seeing their struggle, the young man decided it was time to spring into action. He approached the area where the little goose was trapped and began to soothe her with his voice. He reached out his hand and began to draw the stuck gosling closer so he could find a way to set her free. She began to calm down and relax a little, as she understood that help was on the way. She was tired from struggling, and the man could tell by looking at her that she was nearly exhausted. He extended his arm and began to cup her in his hand. She grew anxious and panicked for a second, but she was still tangled tight to the anchored fishing line and couldn't swim away. With a quick move, the man lifted the baby goose out of the pond and to safety, but still the fishing wire was wrapped tight around her. He made quick work of the mess, and she thanked him with little noises. He let her go, and she waddled triumphantly forth, stretching her little wings and cherishing her freedom. The man looked back at the fishing wire, still anchored to the pond wall. He immediately began to collect it and pull it out, so that it wouldn't be a perilous trap for any other unfortunate wildlife in the area. Once that was taken care of, he turned around just in time to see the young gosling become reunited with her gaggle. She was wet and tired, but was greeted with sounds of affection from her siblings and parents. They were grateful that she had returned unharmed. As she was reunited with her group, she stretched her legs and waddled to let the warm sunlight begin to dry her feather coat. She began preening herself and even received a little assistance from one of her brothers. She was going to be okay, and life for the geese family returned to the happy journey that it once was, with all members of the group safe and sound. So remember the story of the little goose, and be sure to put all trash in its proper place, because you never know what little life may be dependent on your help, and just how important it may be.